Hello everybody, welcome back to a new episode of the Devlog. It's been a while, but I've been kind of working on school stuff and but I've been able to do a lot of work on the game as well, just not a lot of very significant improvements, but I figured I might as well do a little recap of everything that I did. So, a few things. First of all, let's go to the player's room. Yes, I finally decided on a room for the player. Um, it's this one, the first one on the right side coming from the hub. For now it's not very furnished, actually there's just this table which is more than likely going to be temporary. There's this note here, obviously it's nothing yet, but oh yeah, actually I fixed the bug. When I press escape, it doesn't still show up. The text doesn't stay on screen, which it took me a while to figure out to make it, but I realized actually making this computer while this um, was bugged, and actually it was for the same reason. When I opened this computer and I closed it, the other one, engineering computer upstairs, stayed open, and it's because I didn't make an individual variable for every single computer and paper, but I made a global variable that was true if you were looking at any screen and false if you were looking at any screen. So obviously every single screen and sheet of paper shared the same variable, so it was kind of bugged out, right? But so it was an easy fix. I just made a local variable for every single sheet of paper and every computer so that it checks only when it's open or closed individually. That was an easy fix. Something that I made was, at first I wanted to make like in the game the player is going to be like a replacement for the former a replacement scientist for someone that left inexplicably, and one of the things you can try to figure out is why they were fired. And I wanted to make like a thing where this is explained through a sheet of paper, like a note that your the previous scientist that you replaced would tell you in a note that he left on the desk. Unfortunately, I wrote out something and I deleted it on accident, and I was like, well, instead of rewriting everything, I might as well make it an opportunity to create an email system. So this is the player's computer where they're going to be able to read their emails periodically through the games and through the game, and like through story queues and stuff like that. You're going to receive emails. I mean, that's a pretty simple like game mechanic. And the first email, well, there's going to be two emails that you're going to receive on your arrival. Like this one was a test email, where like, you know, welcome and everything like that, very impersonal stuff. And the other one is this one, which is from your like the person that you replaced. So yeah, I've made this. I don't know if I showed in the last episode the desktop background that I made for every single computer in the station. I think it looks pretty nice. I wanted to make like a custom operating system instead of just grabbing screenshots of Windows or whatever. But I mean, it looks like any old Windows or Mac OS operating system, but I just wanted to make it my own with custom colors going with it. So yeah, obviously this is the default wallpaper, right? There's going to be characters that have custom wallpapers that are funny. That's something that I really want to do. Anyways, in his email, Michael, his name is Michael, the person that you're replacing, tells you that some of their work was left on your work desk. So you go to your work desk and just I'll show you. The note is not written out yet. I was working on this. I'm having, this is the work desk in question. I'm having trouble with scale. It's probably something that I've mentioned already, especially in the cafeteria with the couches. So it looks very small compared to the entire room, but compared to the player, it looks fine, right? It's not too big, not too small. Maybe it's a standing desk because it appears to go up to the player's like chest or lower chest, like upper stomach. So yeah, you know, it looks fine, but compared to like the side of the door and the side of the room, maybe when I've, you know, furnished everything, it'll look probably a bit, you know, cozier. Maybe the scale is going to be, you know, not as much of the problem that I think it is going to be, but right now it does look pretty weird. Obviously, it's probably because I just no light first of all, and like one single untextured desk, whatever. So I've been working on the drawer system. Is what I just got done working on. You can open every drawer independently, and here are the notes from the previous scientists. So obviously right now it's literally nonsense, but you know, I'm going to write it out once I figure out what I want to do with it. Next and last but not least, that I want to show you is a few things I've done in the archaeological dig site. So I've textured, first of all, I've made cogs here that rotate when you open the door. The door is closed. And I've temporarily textured this. It's not going to stay this way because obviously I've not modeled it, but right now I just wanted to, you know, texture it. So to see, because it's probably going to be the final texture. It's supposed to be oxidized copper, but I don't know, it looks nice. Even though it doesn't really look like oxidized copper, but you know, whatever. I'm going to show you the what do I call it? Opening sequence animation of the door. But first of all, I want to you, yeah. So this is going to be the fresco. I've started working on it. It's much harder than I thought, and I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it. At first, I wanted to do like some sort of pixel art. You know, very large pixel art that would be overblown over this large scale. But I don't know actually. The more I'm doing it, the less it looks as I want it to look. So maybe what I'm going to do is look at like ancient fresco in actual real life that exist and take inspiration from that. Or I don't know, I'm going to stick with the pixel art design. I'm not sure yet. Whatever I do, yeah, I hope it turns out nice. But yeah, that's why I've not progressed. I'm still kind of, you know, uncertain about how I want it to look. Also, something real quick that I want to show is this. I finished the hallway leading to the dig site. Obviously here is going to be a door leading to other rooms. Right now there's not anything. As you can see, there's the like the end of the hallway is like unfinished, and because clearly they wanted to expand this way, but they kind of had to stop to explore the dig site because it was not expected to be there. But yeah, so I think it looks kind of like a caved in. I like the way it looks. It's not caved in obviously because there's nothing on the other side, but yeah, I like the way it looks. Yeah, so I'm going to enter the code that I'm going to blur out in editing, but I'm just going to show you the opening sequence. Obviously, right now there's no sound, so it looks a bit less, it feels a bit less mechanical than it should. But I really like the opening sequence. The cog on the bottom of the terminal or whatever is here to stay in the final design. Obviously, it's going to look a bit different than that, but I wanted to add it to be able to, make this one properly, like to install it properly. And this one obviously looks pretty nice, and yeah, it's clearly like bringing the door up mechanically. I think it is giving what I wanted to give, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I'm quite happy about everything, how it's going. I'm honestly like pretty motivated right now to keep going, because it's going wonderfully and exactly the way I want it to go. So, except for the first go, obviously, but I'm ignoring that. I still have a few bugs to fix. And stuff like that, but I'm not going to be worrying too much about that right now. I want to keep going forward instead of getting bogged down on details like this. Like when you turn this off, the resistance still red hot, and the power button is still green. So that's kind of annoying, but it's probably an easy fix that I can do later. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to leave you for now. I hope to see you in the next one.